Microsoft Excel 2003 Research Capabilities. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be able to do everything within one application? Well, we're going to see a very nifty feature of Excel 2003 that allows us to research and change data within Excel and never having to jump out to a separate website. With Excel 2003, we have the ability to go in and utilize dictionaries and thesaurus. We can even go out and find out financial information about companies and about their stock prices and input that information into Excel, and even do some basic language translation. If we need to come up with some column headers for a different language, let's say for German or Italian or Spanish, certain languages, we can do that as well right within Excel itself. So as we continue on in our journey through here and all the video series, we keep encountering what I call cool features. Now that's just the way I say that I'm really impressed with something that Excel is doing. One of the ones that really impresses me is the ability to do research within the program. Now I know a lot of people say, Chris, what are you talking about? Research? I mean, that doesn't sound like too much fun. Well, let me show you something. I'm going to open up the Microsoft Excel, and I've already opened up sales figures, one of the example files that you have access to. Now let's just say that this is of course my Acme Incorporated and we're selling some produce here, but let's just assume that we're doing research to kind of prove that this is a good company that we should purchase. I'm the guy that's going to be trying to buy Acme Incorporated, and I want to show that this is a really good company. Well, if I need to get information supporting that conclusion or whatever assumption I've made, I can go out on the web and get some research and get some corresponding information that will help. What do I mean by that? Well, for example, I can go in here and I can either use the research button right here on the toolbar, or I can come up to Tools and scroll down here to Research, and even nice keyboard shortcut there, Alt, and then just hit click. So I'll go ahead and click on that, and you'll see that it gives me a whole bunch of tools for research, starting off with reference books that we have available. Now, when you install Excel as part of the Office 2003, there are many different books, the dictionaries and thesauruses, that are included as some of the add-ons. If you do a full load or when you customize your install, you add these. In this case, I've got my Encarta dictionary, I've got thesauruses, I even have a translation program that we'll take a look at here in just a minute. It's not the world's best, but it's fairly accurate and it can do what it needs to do. I also have the ability to go online. See, Excel, as part of Office 2003, is web-enabled. It is so interconnected with the web, it's not even funny, and so we can go out and hit the web without opening up a separate browser. Get this, you don't even have to open up a separate web browser to go and get this information, as long as you have these particular sites located. And we're going to see you can add to these research sites. I've got Encarta Encyclopedia English. I've got Factiva's iWorks, HighBeam Research, and MSN Search. These are all research sites that I can access here, as well as business and financial sites. So if I want to get some stock quotes, maybe we'll do that here in just a minute, or get a company profile, I can do that as well. Now, these are all included as part of your reference series. Now, if I wanted to get different services, now remember, I down-clicked here. These are the ones that are included as part of my research options. But if I want to get more services, maybe there's a service out online that will give me the number of people that are visiting a particular national park. Hey, no problem. That would be good if that's what I wanted, and I can have it update automatically. I can then get that service as part of my research, and then I can go grab that material and place it into my Excel spreadsheet. Or maybe that, and by the way, some of them are free and some of them they cost a little bit of money, but you can do it through the Office Marketplace. We also have research options. Let me click on that and show you something. I can choose which services I want to be displayed when I click this down arrow over here. In this case, I've got all of the dictionaries, all of the sources, and my translation. But looky here. I didn't include all of my services that are on my research sites. I only have the English North American Encyclopedia that updates online, and the Factiva, the HighBeam, and the MSN. I could have also added, if I have a group maybe working in Malaysia, I could have added the MSN Search in Malaysia, which will be focused more on that area, and some other assorted ones. Also, I can not only look at the United States, or the New York Stock Exchange, I should say, I can also go to Australia, or I can go to the Netherlands. I can go to Germany. I can check out what those stock markets or what their quotes are for those companies. And then, of course, I have Thomson Gale Company profiles. So these are all services that I have. Now, if I want to add a service, down here I click on the add services, and I can then type in the website that I'm trying to reach, or even if I have it as a book or a service that's been downloaded to my local computer, I can then put that in here as well. So once I've added those services, bada bing, bada boom, I can stick them on in. I can update and remove any one of these. And then here's a good one, parental control. Let me click on this. Just understand, sometimes there are going to be websites that have content that, as a parent, and trust me, I'm a parent myself, that you don't want the kids to have access to, or accidentally see something that they shouldn't be seeing. You can set up a content filtering to to block certain services from showing on. If I select this, it says, look, allow users to search only the services that can block offensive results. So if you can't block, if the website won't allow you to do content filtering, then it won't allow you to get to that site. And if you want to specify the parental control setting password, you would just do it here, and you can type in a password that only you would know. This also works for companies too. I know that some companies have proxy servers and other things to kind of block inappropriate content, but you can also set it up here on your Excel to make sure, or, you know, and this works as well if you're doing research in the other Office products, you can do that right here. We'll go ahead and click and turn that off and cancel out. But this is all part of, again, some of the research options that you have here within your research task pane. So let me go click OK. And let's do a little bit of a search. Let's say I want to find a different word for, let's see, I'm using the word sales. So let me type in sale, because that's the singular here. Let me click Start Searching. And now what it's going to do is search all the reference books. That's what I've selected. Now I can be very particular and click just the English dictionary, and at which point it says, okay, here is what it is. Sale. It's a noun, and it'll even let you take a look and listen to what it sounds like, selling of something, and gives you all the translations that they're not translations, but the definitions of sale. Now, if I want to look at the thesaurus and find another word for it, I can come down here to Thesaurus English, click on that, and it says, okay, here are the other types of words that you can use. Now, a sale can also be an auction. Well, auction, there's the auction, rummage sale, garage sale, those are all different types. A transaction, that's also a sale. And you can deal, trade, vending, retailing, selling, purchase, whatever it is. And you get this as part of the thesaurus. So all I've done, it was without even leaving my Excel spreadsheet, I've gone out and I've done a little bit of research here on the word sale. Now, if you remember, when we first started off this video, I said maybe we're trying to use this spreadsheet to prove that we want to purchase this company, our company Acme Incorporated or whatever. Well, tell you what, let me show you how we can use this research feature to do that. You've already seen how we can find words and use the thesauruses and the dictionaries, but how do we use the financial information and some of the website information? How can we input that information into our Excel spreadsheet? Well, this is, if you notice, a company that looks like it sells a lot of food and produce and things like that. Well, I can come in here and I can type in, or first let's go to the all business and financial sites, which is going to include, it's going to go out and look at my MSN Money Stock quotes. It's going to look at my Thomson Gale company profiles, and I'll go ahead and click on that. Now, right now, it's going to look for anything that begins with the word sale, or S-A-L-E, and of course, the Thomson Gale company profile says, hey, I've got 155 companies that start with the word S-A-L-E, and you can scroll down and see the Salem 5 Cent Savings Bank, and go down to Salem El Musa Group of companies, and all kinds of different companies right there, just based on what I've typed here. But I actually happen to know that there's a company out there that's called Cisco. Now, I'm not talking about the networking company. I'm talking about Cisco Food Company. And let's say that this is Cisco Food Company, one of their local regions, and we're trying to show information. I click Start Searching. It goes out and it says, all right, yes, I found that company under the Thomson Gale company profiles. There's 74 that have SYSCO in it. But of course, the first one is the one I'm looking for, Cisco Corporation right here, which is a grocery supply and restaurant supply. It handles food and produce. So just like this meat and beverages, this would be a good example of maybe a company we're using. So I say, oh wow, look at all this information I have, including, contact information, the firm type, the stock ticker on the New York Stock Exchange, the revenue, the employees. All this information is great, especially if I'm trying to prove to somebody with this spreadsheet that we should purchase this company. Now, one thing I learned from doing the research is the ticker, SYY. Now watch this. I can use the ticker SYY and I hit search, and it will even bring up the money stock quote for Cisco Corporation. In this case, we can see that it change was $32.22. Well, unfortunately, I picked the wrong day to use this information. The change was less 23 cents. Oops, sorry about that. But what we can see is obviously I can take this information. Now watch this. I can scroll down, and one of the selections I have is to insert the price. So wherever I want, if I wanted to come down here, and let's say I wanted to type in here stock price, and then go down here, I can, that's the stock price. I can put my cursor here and activate this cell and click insert price. And right there is my Cisco stock price placed into my Excel spreadsheet. Now, I know that sounds pretty simple, but again, if you're trying to find this information, you want to make sure it's accurate and go out and find it. Research is going to allow me to do this. And so I can come out here and get that information and get the MSN money stock quotes. And if you notice, if I keep scrolling down, I can still get the Thomson Gale information. All of this is available to me, and I can use it to help update the information that I have here in my Excel spreadsheet. So while this gives us the financial information, there's also some other features that research can do, including, like I said, basic translation. If you look here, we have the translation capability as part of our reference books. And basically what this is it's just a dictionary of other words in other languages. So if I click on translation, right now it says SYY is still the word that I'm looking for. But let me come up here. Let's say I want to go from English to German, and I want to be able to translate. Let's say that Cisco has a German, or my company is German, or the company I work for is German, and I want to provide this Excel spreadsheet in German so that they're able to understand what it is I'm trying to do without having me to translate back and forth, and without me having to pay an expensive translator. Well, what's the word for vegetable in German? You know what? Honestly, I don't know. And we're going to find out right now. I can select words, text, whatever it is right here. I'm going to select vegetable. I right click and look at this down here. See the word lookup? If I hit lookup, it's going to look for the word vegetable from English to German. Let me scroll down here and look at that. The word vegetable in German is meistens. I think I said that right. If I am, I don't speak German, and so if you do speak German, and I really butchered that, you can go ahead and email me and tell me maybe how to pronounce meistens. I think that's how you would say it. But anyway, I can now use this to change the word for vegetable, and so it's all changed through here. If I wanted to change the word, well, what's the word for region? So I can right-click on here and look it up. And it's going to say, okay, the word for region, and I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. So you can see here, I can put the words and text and whatever I have, and I can use this dictionary, and it's going to help me with some basic translation, and then I can update my Excel spreadsheet. I can then save it and send it off to my German company that wanted information about this company Cisco that they want to buy, and now I've just used all the tools right here within, and this is important, within Excel. In this video, we took a quick look at how we can use the research capabilities that are inherent in Excel 2003 in order to enhance or support data or information in our Excel spreadsheets. We took a look at how we can use the dictionaries or the thesauruses if we need to define a word or find a different word. We saw how we can use financial information from stock tickers. We can go out to MSN Money. We can go out to Thomson Gale's company profiles and get information. We even saw some basic language translation. If I'm trying to prepare a spreadsheet that needs to be handled by other people where English is not their native tongue, I can change column headings. I can change certain words by using the language and the translation dictionaries that we have for everything from German, Italian, Spanish, certain forms of Chinese. These are all available to us, which of course, again, ultimately helps us to enhance and to make our Excel workbooks even better. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.